Okay, so today we have At Amber by Morrissey. This was requested, like every Morrissey song is nowadays. And again, this was a bonus track from the Viva Hate, Viva Hate days in the 1997 reissue. So there you go. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna get into it. At Amber. I have a sister named Amber, so there you go. Anyway, let's get into this. Talk about it after.
I'm calling you from the foyer of the Sands Hotel, where the men and the women are acquainted quite well, and the drunkards keep on drinking, and oh, my room is cold. I'm disputing the bill, I will sleep in my clothes. And you, my invalid friend, you slam the receiver when you say, if I had your limb for a day, I would steam away. I'm calling you from the foyer of this awful hotel, where the slime and the grime gel, and I cannot, or I do not, and oh, my room is cold, and I'm envying you, never having to choose. Sands Hotel. It's not low life, it's just people having a good time. And oh, my invalid friend, oh, my invalid friend, in our different ways we are the same.
All right, so At Amber by Morrissey. So yeah, I have to say, the first note or whatever, how the song starts with the wow or whatever it was, kind of startled me. But then we got right into it, and I mean, I felt, the song, I really felt the tension, which, especially I liked how Morrissey, how he would say, and you, my invalid, that that's terrible. But instead of invalid, he was just like, when he said invalid, he sounded like he was angry or whatever. So yeah, I really enjoyed that, and he obviously repeated it a few times. And I mean, just looking at the lyrics right off the top, I mean, well, actually, let me just think. Again, talking about how this came from, the Viva Hate days, Stephen Street and such. It was just, like, again, less than 3 minutes, and I just really enjoyed it. Especially, again, that's why I wanted to get right into the lyricism, because it was just a very good, very good song lyric wise as well. And again, lots of tension through, even shown throughout the instruments as well. And I have to say, like I said, I'm calling you from the foyer of the Sands Hotel. I don't know why I laughed when he said, from the foyer. It's just, I don't know, you don't really hear the word foyer in a song, I guess. From the foyer of the Sands Hotel, where the men and the women are acquainted quite well. And also, before I guess get into it, I did think of something else. It seems like Morrissey's kind of going on, because again, he's talked about it before. I've said it before. I've watched his interviews where he says he doesn't really like to associate with too many people. I know he goes out and such. There's stories of him going out with like Noel Gallagher and Russell Brand and all that stuff. But yeah, he doesn't often socialize, I guess. So that whole thing of like, talking about the men and the women, and I guess, being in a hotel, it's just like he's kind of staying in his room. He doesn't want to talk to anybody. He feels like, again, it's almost like I don't want to say a disability, but like, it's like it's just a thing, yeah, that he has, obviously, again, with being shy, being, anxious, that kind of a thing, where it's just like, it hurts. You can't really do anything. You feel like you are just kind of stuck, and you don't want to go out and talk to people. I mean, I've gone through that as well. I mean, my God. Anyway, so yeah, going on with the song, and the drunkards keep on drinking. I mean, what else do they do? My room is cold. I'm disputing the bill. I will sleep in my clothes. So again, has to sleep in the clothes. The room's too cold. And you, my invalid friend, you slam the receiver when you say, if I had your limbs for a day, I would steam away. Now, I don't really understand, what steam away would mean. But it seems like, again, the person on the other end is jealous of what Morrissey has, and Morrissey doesn't see what he has, and that the other person on the other line is saying, like, if I were your boots, whatever, I'd be talking to a whole bunch of people. That's what comes to my head anyway. You can tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. I don't know. It goes, and let me go on again. I like this line again. Again, it's a somber kind of a song. It's dark kind of a song, talking about, this whole thing about being shy and about not wanting to talk to people. But just how he says, I'm calling you from the foyer of this awful hotel. It's just like, tell us how you really feel. Where the slime and the grime gel, I mean, that's gross. And I cannot, or I do not. And oh, my room is cold, and I'm envying you never having to choose. So again, talking here, where he's talking about the person on the other line, on the you slam the receiver when you say that person. Saying like, you don't know what I'm going through, kind of a thing, I guess. And when he says, and I cannot, or I do not, and I'm imagining, my God, that he's talking about, I cannot, or I do not leave my room, that kind of a thing. And you don't know how, I envy you never having to choose, having these options. And it goes on again. You, my invalid friend, slam down the receiver when you say, if I had your limbs for a day, I would steam away. And then the last part here, I'm calling you from the foyer of the Sands Hotel. It goes on. It's not low life. It's just people having a good time. And oh, my invalid friend, in our different ways, we are the same. So again, I didn't look at the lyrics at the end there. I didn't know if he said insane or sane. So it's nice to see that we are the same, my God. So yeah, and I guess that ending there is just kind of talking about, again, in our different ways, we are the same, even though I have these problems and you don't. In our own different ways, we are the same, kind of thing. And I just like how he says it's not low life. It's just people having a good time. He always has these lines. If I could snap, I would. These lines where it's just like, snappy lines. He can just deliver a line. It's like Mitch Hedberg or something, or Stephen Wright. I mean, my God, but, for music, not comedy. So yeah, I mean, if there's anything else I really have to see, again, I just love how, I love, talking about how he's talked about, again, in like a song like November Spawned a Monster, or the other song, which I can't think of, hold on. Mute Witness. I couldn't think of it. I was like, Jesus, what is the name? But yeah, like a November Spawned a Monster or Mute Witness, whatever. That same kind of feeling, those same kind of vibes for this one. But he's talking about himself again, I guess. And I don't know. Again, he could just pop out these songs like this. And again, this was a friggin', an extra whatever that was included on the 1997 reissue. And it's just like, this could have been like a song on the album, and I don't think people would have hated it. Maybe they would have. But again, it's not one that you're going to be like, oh, this is terrible, whatever. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed it, really enjoyed the content. And again, I could feel the tension in that, in the song, especially. So he really got that across. So yeah, if that's what he was going for, could feel like the anger, could feel the tension, could feel the animosity, the jealousy, envy, whatever, everything. It's just, I mean, really explored that through the music and his voice. And again, I just love how he says invalid, invalid friend, very good, better than me. And also, just one more thing, I am on, there's a thing, morrisseysolo.com, and I like how you can see live history, which Morrissey did not, the first time he played this was in 2002 in Phoenix, Arizona. And then he didn't play it until 2020. He played it 3 times in 2020. in Leeds, England, Cologne, Germany, I want to say Cologne, and London, England, all in 2020. So I just like how, he didn't play it for 18 years and then he played it again all in 2020. So he's done it live 4 times. So there you go. I just like interesting things like that. So anyway, thanks for watching, I guess. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Thanks for the request here. Really enjoy, the song. And again, it's hard for me to come across a Morrissey song that I'm gonna, just turn off. I'm gonna hate. Yeah, especially if it's from, these years, especially the late 90s, the late 80s. I mean, my God. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Next Morrissey Friday. Yeah.